Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm happy to see you today for another video. For this week's video, I'll talk about a topic that is pretty interesting. I think that you guys might need it depending on sometimes situation. We're gonna see how to talk to a customer service in French. So we're gonna see all the vocabulary, the structure of phrase that you guys need, the vocabs, the grammar, the verbs. We're going to see everything related to that so that if you have to call one day the customer service and have to speak in French, this will have no secrets to you. Let's just start right now. So first, we'll start off with la table des matières. What are we going to see in this video today? First, le service client, which is the customer service. What does that mean? What it is, etc. Then a conversation. So we're going to have une conversation, little example of like people talking so that you can see the vocab that is used and how do we use it. Then, of course, we're going to focus on the main vocab, le vocabulaire. Then we have une petite histoire, which is a short story. Les verbes, of course, as always, a little bit of verbs. Then les expressions utiles, which is the useful expressions. And as you know, a little exercise to practice, see if you understood the main vocab, the meaning of the phrases, and you'll have at the end the correction of it only when you did it. So let's just start right now with goals. What are the goals of this class? À la fin de la leçon, les élèves peuvent. At the end of this lesson, the students can. Saluer un agent du service client. Expliquer un problème simple. Demander de l'aide. Aide means help, to ask for help. Utiliser des verbes simples. Poser des questions simples. Et comprendre une courte conversation. Let's start straight away with le service client, which is the customer service. First, qu'est-ce que le service client? What is it? Le service client aide les clients quand ils ont un problème ou une question. Meaning, here the customer service helps the customers, the clients, when they have a problem or a question. Par exemple, un problème avec une commande, meaning a problem with an order. Un produit cassé, a broken product. Un paiement, a payment. Une livraison, a delivery. Un compte, account, or an account. Et une réservation, a booking. So every time you try to order something, buy something online and you have an issue, you call le service client. Now, let's just have a look at a little conversation to have a little bit of context. Client. Bonjour, j'ai un problème avec ma commande. Agent. Bonjour, quel est le problème? Je n'ai pas reçu mon colis. Colis means package. So I did not receive my package. D'accord, ok. Pouvez-vous me donner votre numéro de commande? Can you give me your order number? Oui, bien sûr. Yeah, of course. Merci. Je vais vérifier. Thank you. I'm going to check. Merci beaucoup. Thanks a lot. One more time. Read it with me. Bonjour. J'ai un problème avec ma commande. Bonjour. Quel est le problème? Je n'ai pas reçu mon colis. D'accord. Pouvez-vous me donner votre numéro de commande? Oui, bien sûr. Merci. Je vais vérifier. Merci beaucoup. This sounds supernatural, basic vocab. You can use it in this context, or you can also use the specific vocabs in another theme, but at least you know this is pretty much an example of like a basic conversation when it comes to le service client. Now let's have a look at the main vocab. Okay, so you know that a customer or a client is un client. Don't pronounce the T, un client. Then an agent is un agent. Same word, but careful with the pronunciation. Of course, it's a little bit different from English. Un agent. Then an order is une commande. Une commande. Then a package, un colis. Don't pronounce the S. Colis. A delivery, une livraison. S between two vowels, between my I and my O, so you pronounce it like a Z sound. Une livraison. A problem, un problème. Open your mouth. Problème. A payment, un paiement. Paiement. Don't pronounce the E that you see after the I, it's mute. Paiement. A product, un produit. And don't pronounce the T. Un produit. An order number, un numéro de commande. And then an invoice, une facture. One more time, faster. Un client, un agent, une commande, un colis, une livraison, un problème, un paiement, un produit, un numéro de commande, une facture. And now you have the main and basic vocabs when it comes to the customer service. Let's have a look at a little story. Here we have Marie commande un téléphone sur Internet. Elle attend son colis. Après une semaine, elle ne reçoit pas la commande. Marie appelle le service client. Elle dit « Bonjour, j'ai un problème avec ma commande. Je n'ai pas reçu mon colis. » L'agent vérifie la commande et aide Marie. One more time. Marie commande un téléphone sur Internet. Connect everything. Every time you see some words, you try to match them all together so that you have no breaks in the pattern when you say the phrase. Marie commande un téléphone sur Internet. That means Mary orders a phone on Internet. Elle attend son colis. Elle attend son colis. She's waiting for her package. Après une semaine, elle ne reçoit pas la commande. After a week, she does not receive the order. Marie appelle le service client. Mary calls the customer service. Elle dit « Bonjour, j'ai un problème avec ma commande. Je n'ai pas reçu mon colis. » She says « Hello, I have an issue with my order. I did not receive my package. » L'agent vérifie la commande et aide Marie. One more time. L'agent vérifie la commande et aide Marie. The agent checks the order and helps Mary. And now you have the basic verb. Let's have a look at the main verbs that we might have to use and to know for this topic. First, the verb to have. To have, avoir. Exemple, j'ai un problème. I have a problem. Vouloir. Vouloir is to want. Je voudrais de l'aide. Here we use conditional tense. I would like some help. Je voudrais de l'aide. More polite than I want some help. I would like. Recevoir, to receive. Je ne reçois pas mon colis. I don't receive my package. Attendre. To wait. Attendre. J'attends ma commande. I wait for my order. Commander. Commander, to order. So careful. Ma commande is my order as a noun, but if you want to say to order, you're going to use it with the verb commander. Je commande un téléphone. I'm ordering or I order a phone. Aider. Aider to help. Pouvez-vous m'aider? Can you help me? Vérifier. Vérifier, to check. Je vais vérifier la commande. I'm going to check the order. Payer, to pay. Je paie ma commande. I'm paying, I pay my order. Now let's have a look at some useful, easy, and pretty common expressions when it comes to that topic. First, when you talk to someone, and whether it is the customer service, le service client, or someone else, you start with hello, bonjour. Excuse me is excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. I have a problem. J'ai un problème. I would like some help. Je voudrais de l'aide. Can you help me? Pouvez-vous m'aider? Don't forget that in French, I know it's maybe like the case in like most of the languages. In French, we tend to like emphasize that a lot. When it's a question, raise your voice at the end of the last word of the question. So, je voudrais de l'aide. The phrase, I would like some help. Je voudrais de l'aide. Pouvez-vous m'aider? Can you help me? Pouvez-vous m'aider? I did not receive my order. Je n'ai pas reçu ma commande. My product is broken. Mon produit est cassé. Cassé, broken. How much does it cost? Combien ça coûte? Thank you for your help. Merci pour votre aide. And then when you're done, goodbye. Au revoir. One last time. Pretty fast. Bonjour. Excusez-moi. J'ai un problème. Je voudrais de l'aide. Pouvez-vous m'aider? Je n'ai pas reçu ma commande. Mon produit est cassé. Combien ça coûte? Merci pour votre aide. Au revoir. And now you are good. It's time to practice. See a little bit if you manage to learn some new vocabulary, more expressions, more structures. So for this one, I made you a little true or false, vrai ou faux exercise. I wrote you 10 phrases and I would like you to tell me if you think that those phrases are vrai or fausse, true or false. Are they making any sense? Is there something weird in this? Is there something that doesn't sound good? Or is it pretty okay to you? You tell me. And if you think that some of them are false, try to correct them to make them right. We're just gonna read them and then I'm gonna let you try to answer that. So, le service client aide les clients. Un client peut avoir un problème avec une commande. Bonjour est une formule de politesse. Un colis est une personne. Pouvez-vous m'aider est une question. Un client peut appeler le service client. Une commande est toujours gratuite. Merci pour votre aide est une expression polie. Polite. Une livraison concerne l'arrivée d'un produit. Au revoir signifie hello. I think you might know how to answer to that. You can either do it in the comment section when you're watching this video. You can do it on your own, write it down on a piece of paper on your phone and send us the answer. Or if you want to just check, look at the correction at the end, make sure you got everything right. And that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope that you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to put a little thumbs up, little like, little comment. It's always cool to see that you guys like those videos. If you have any question, topic, things that you want me to help you with, make a special video about, same, don't hesitate. And last but not least, keep in mind that every week we're doing what we call the challenges, which is in French, les défis. And those are little fun and dynamic exercise that's going to help you practice on the specific topic and subject of the week. So if you want to practice even more on le service client, the customer service, and learn more things, look at some videos, learn new vocabs, don't hesitate to ask us for the link and we'll give you access to those challenges. I'm wishing you all a good end of your week and I'm seeing you next week for another video. Salut!